Hi everyone, and welcome to Mixed Media Mayhem. I'm Scrappy Kathy, and today our recipe is stamping torn papers and wet media. So my wet media is going to be this Vicky Bouton Creative FX glaze, and it's the gold glaze, and I'm going to apply it with a brayer. Not going to use a stencil. I'm just going to kind of put it on. I'm going to put it first. Let me get turning things over. I'm going to put it first on a piece of packaging and spread it out pretty thin, so that it doesn't go on in a solid swipe, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And I'm going to run it along what I think will be the top border of these torn papers. And then I'm going to use this photo, which is, this was one of James's senior photos. The only copy of it that we have is in a frame behind glass, and it's been there for so long that it's stuck. You can't pull it away. So we did our best, or I guess somebody did their best, to take a photo of the photo in the frame. And then I filtered it to get a little sharper lines than what there were, but you still kind of see the glare right there. And that's okay. It's the memory that counts, right? Not the perfection. My stamping is going to be this kind of a honeycomb hexagon stamp. And I'm going to do that with blue ink, I think somewhere in the vicinity around the photo. Not sure. As we go along, we'll figure that out. So let me put the camera pointing down at what I'm doing on the table, and we'll see if that. Now I'm going to try to get a light in a place that illuminates kind of what's going on the table. I don't know if that makes, let's try that. You can see what I'm doing here, and you can see what I'm doing here, and we'll go from there. This is kind of the stuff that's going to go at the bottom, and I'm just going to place it here and kind of get an idea of about where that is. And then this is going on the top, so I'll make my swipe. Let's just see what happens. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm recording this on Tuesday. It's the day I was supposed to have my shoulder replaced, and instead my heart decided to go goofy, and I was supposed to have an appointment tomorrow for an EKG to see if I needed an ablation, and they're just going to go ahead with the ablation, so I'm no appointment tomorrow, and that's good because it's going to be like 14 degrees on an icy road to get there. Now I have put kind of a thin coating of that, and I'm going to get some baby wipes and clean my palette knife off here. Okay, get that back in. Now let's see what we can do with this and a brayer. So I'm going to kind of do this and kind of wipe it off on the brayer, and I'm going to take this off and see what we get. It's an interesting pattern that isn't at all what I thought was going to happen, but we can kind of I shouldn't worry about getting it off the end of the page. I'm not happy with that at all. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to wipe off the wet part, and I'm going to turn it over. This is Vicki Boutin Mixed Media Foundations paper, and what I'm going to do now is a little bit thicker. And I'm not going to try to go across the page. I'm going to try to do something that will end up behind the photo. Just switch gears completely. And I have a piece of feather on there. Let me do that. And let me get that baby wipe and get that wiped. Okay. Now, let's get the brayer back on here. And I'm not, I hold out no hopes or promises for this. I'm just kind of doing it like that, and I'll try to extend it up so that it goes up to that top layer of torn paper. Now, I want these kind of, I'm going to turn it back coming this way, put a little bit of paint on it. I want something over on this edge. Okay, that's not, again, maybe not what I was going for, but I think it's pretty, and I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to use it, and get another baby white because that one is kind of, I need to clean my fingers. And while I'm doing that, it's kind of letting it dry. Let me see if I can maybe smooth that out a bit. I'm going to try something. It's not wet enough for that to be making an impression. So it's probably just as well. But while I have it there, I'm going to kind of do that on there. Let's see, would that work? May as well do another one right there. And it kind of overlapped, and in some cases it's of the way. Let's see where we go from here. I may just decide I hate it enough to take all the stuff off the page and put it on another page, but for right now we're going to assume that this is it. So I'm going to do this layer. The navy blue layer will be the one that is the closest to the middle of the page. Let me get this. I wonder if there's a setting that can say don't switch off as quickly as it does. And I think it's probably set on 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something like that. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of peel these back, but I don't need to do that right now. I'll do that after everything is kind of glued down. And what I've got here is 2 Cartabella papers, these 2 scraps, and a scrap from, I believe it's Sweet Rush by Vicki Boutin, the navy blue. And you can't tell it when it's torn in strips like that, but it's a it's a tropical leaf pattern. And I had some gold some of the gold glaze on my fingertip when I pressed on my laptops. Okay, let me get, that's okay for that. Now, the photo's gonna go here, or maybe I'll do one more layer peeled back, and then I'll peel the blue back around the photo once I get the photo in there. This is kind of rolling back is what I'm going for, and sometimes it wants to go straight and doesn't follow the curve. Okay, let me get some foam back here. I have put foam behind the photo and then matted it with the same navy blue pattern. And now I'm putting foam behind the mat. So I'm putting it like so, there. Okay, and my title is this word, remember, and I was going to put it on the orange down here because I think it's a nice contrast, but on rethinking it, I'm thinking I'm going to put it here instead. So I'm just going to kind of dry fit it there. I've got this tag, which I probably am going to have to cut some off of it. And that's going to go, okay, that's not sticking, so it's time for some, and it's just not sticking because that medium is still a little bit wet. and that's okay. Again, I went a whole day without scrapping, so I haven't, so the glue has kind of dried up around the tip. That's frustrating, especially since I don't have the best fingernails for taking it off. So I'm going to, I may not have enough embellishments to do this justice, but we shall see. And again, I'm fiddling with glue instead of actually working. Let me see if this glue is in a mood to cooperate. And I don't even know how to take the lid off of that one. I don't know why I put it there. And I'm sorry, I apologize for this time. I haven't had glue problems in a while since I started using this kind of glue, which is the glitter glue. It has nothing to do with glitter, but let me do that. Right there. Now, this I'm going to also glue down because I don't want it moving. I'm going to put it under there, and I want more off. There's an alarm. Okay, and now a floral. And this floral is from Pink Fresh, and I couldn't tell you the collection. Put that there. And then I have this Bramble Fox tab, and I'm going to stick the tab in between the photo and the mat because there's some foam there that's about the same thickness. It should work. In my dry fitting exercise, it kind of worked. So let me kind of put that down there, and that says take note, and it gives me that navy blue color right there. And I have another floral piece that I'm going to put in the upper part, and right now that just looks messy and not at all artistic as I had imagined this might be. So I'm disappointed, but it'll stand, and I'm okay. Now I can't say with lack of fingernail. I file down my fingernails in order to just to get them neat. And let me get this peeled up. Curl that. And I'm going to do this. And now I have some clusters of Bramble Fox hexagons, and I'm going to just kind of throw down. I picked ones that kind of went with the colors of the papers I'd chosen. And so that's kind of the peachy color from the bottom papers, and I kind of want them parallel so that, and let me see if I can get those placed properly. Let's do this that way. Then I'll put the yellow one in like so, and then a star right here, if that will work. And I kind of picked the hexagons because it goes with the stamp, although I'm not that happy with my stamping now. If it were a different kind of page that was going to have a lot more on it, I might be okay with kind of this messy stamping. I'm wondering if I have something else. Well, let's try this. Maybe I'll do this cluster. I was going to do it in a different place. But let's see if we can put it here on top of some of the unattractive part of the stamping. Maybe that one there, and then the star kind of right there. I don't really like that, but let's say we're going to commit to the title being here, and I need to put a little bit of glue on that. This is a very old puffy sticker word. I think it's from color study, so maybe 3 years old, and it's kind of been kicking around in my scrap backwards kit for a while. This was one of the, when we went to get his senior photos taken, the photographer had the idea of this pose, and he objected to it at the time, James did, but then when we went to, when he was stationed at Fort Knox, we went to visit him, and we got to go to his barracks, his room in the barracks, and he had that framed picture of us on his bookshelf, along with, you know, a million other photos, but that was kind of cool. I was kind of pleased. Okay, I don't like this, but I'm going to go with it. Got it pointing that way. I don't even know if that's the right way to do this. I'm trying to get for where I want the placement to be. There. And then I'm going to just put the glue there. Trying to make sure that you can see. And it keeps going off. The monitor keeps going off. there, and then this little one, it's kind of an oddball gray color, but I don't hate it. Maybe there, and then that goes right there. And the stamping actually shows on the gold, which I do like. I'm going to call this done because, frankly, I don't have the, I can't sit up for very long without my heart rate going higher than I want it to. So I'm not going to fuss with it a lot. When I turn the camera off and next time I look at it before I publish it, I may try one or two other things, but I doubt that I'm going to do much more to it. Maybe, well, let's just do this, right? I'm going to maybe bring the stamping all the way up here and stamp it kind of like that, and then I'm going to go on across like that, and that's kind of going to give me another messy sort of a look and some overstamping, which I'll make that look like it's intentional by doing it this way, and I have no idea whether that's an improvement or not, because it could be intentionally stupid. Okay, there. And I don't like that any better than I did the other, but I'm gonna commit to it. I'll just kind of press down in a couple areas, and that's the wrong area. Let me do this right there, and it'll just look, I'm going to take this all the way to the end of the page, right there, and maybe also right there, and kind of balance some of this that's going on. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and this, and let's go with that, and I'll come down here and do that. And why not, while we're overdoing things, why not let's do something just right there. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry. I apologize. And happy Friday, happy Mixed Media Mayhem. There are so many things I could have done with wet media, but one of the things, and you may have noticed this about Mixed Media Mayhem, is I like to try things that I haven't done. That's kind of the purpose of my doing a lot of these challenges, is to kind of get outside my comfort zone. And this, outside my comfort zone, and it will stay outside my comfort zone. I'm not happy with this at all. I may try with some other tools or other mediums to get the effect that I was really going for, which was that there was a gold glow coming out from underneath these strips of paper. But the brayering wasn't the way to apply it. Applying maybe with a paintbrush and then dry brushing the edges may have given me the effect I might have liked. So, lesson learned. See how much you learn by watching my mistakes. And I thank you for watching my mistakes and all. And I've got a hexagon that's crooked. I'll worry about it later. I'm going to stop all this foolishness and say goodbye. Thank you for watching. Bye.